Welcome back. So happy you're with me today. We're going to be working on Psalm number 82, and we're going to be directing our thoughts to keeping our priorities to their highest, making sure that we're focusing on that which is really important and letting go those other things for the time being. A lot of times we focus on problems rather than solutions. We focus on a lot of things that don't matter, and then we rob ourselves of a lot of wonderful success. So we made it the talisman of Michael, and we want to focus on peace, certainty, and success. We also made these wonderful squares of Michael so that we have been able to dial our desires into our deep mind. If you're interested in any of this and how we do that, we have videos for each one of these things. But remember that the Psalms need absolutely nothing except for themselves. They do not need any kind of talisman, oil, incense, candle, powder, wash, body gesture, circles, anything else other than the Psalms. If you have the book of Psalms, they will be of maximal effectiveness. However, you can make these Psalms, put them into any kind of ritual that you like, and they will still work just as well. And maybe for you they will work a little better, just because it's a better way for you to get them into your deep mind. So you can be as witchy as you want to, but don't feel like if you don't do all the witchy stuff that somehow you're ripping yourself off, because that's not true. If you only want to work the Psalms, you will be just as effective as people that incorporate other things with them. All right? So Psalm 82. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty, he judgeth among the gods. How long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Selah. Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. It's a nice short one, but boy, does it have a lot of stuff going on in there. So we go through like that once out loud, and now we're going to go through and do our best to find some secret seeds of wisdom in there that we can plant within our mind so that we can achieve that which we are desiring. Okay, so God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. Well, first of all, who's God? God is infinite life. God is infinite wisdom. God is infinite principle. God is infinite success, right? There is only a principle of success. There is no such principle as failure, because failure is like darkness. When the light is turned on, it disappears. So there is a principle of success. Failure is simply the absence or the turning away of success. So these kinds of principles are what we want to remember when we're talking about who God is. Now, he standeth in the congregation of the mighty. Who are the congregation of the mighty? Well, for us, that means the thought forms which already exist in the temple on top of the hill of Zion that is spoken so often about in these Psalms, which means those parts of our mind that are exalted, our higher self, our superconscious mind. God stands in the congregation of the mighty. So there's a part of our mind that is already at one with God. We do not need to travel, we do not need to perfect, and we do not need to do anything. He's already there. He judgeth among the gods. Well, who are the gods? Well, the gods are the archetypes within our deep mind. So if you want to know about what an archetype of a god is, it's a great thing to study the Greek myths, because the Greek myths will show you how these archetypes work, and they all exist upon the tree of life. And so there are different god names from the same Hebraic tradition that sit on the tree of life that correspond with those Greek gods. Okay, so it's a good exercise to make. But he judgeth among the gods, meaning pure principle, judges judges over all archetype. So God is standing in the congregation of the mighty. Each one of those thought forms has its own archetype, and he judgeth among them. So God's judgment is final. And how long will ye judge unjustly, except the persons of the wicked? Selah. Well, now that's God speaking to us. How long are we going to judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? We're not going to. We're not going to do that anymore. Okay, that's a rhetorical question. Now, if we look at this as us asking God that question, it's also rhetorical. Either way, it's the same answer, because as long as we are having experiences which are feeling unjust, it's because we have judged unjustly and have accepted the persons of the wicked. Now, the persons of the wicked are those thought forms within us that are at odds with the congregation of the mighty. Okay, so those are those ego thoughts, or their personality defects, or they are just us kind of being in agreement with the race consciousness. Okay, so how long are you going to judge unjustly? Well, that's how long your problems are going to last. Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and the needy. So within us, the poor and the fatherless and the afflicted and the needy are those thoughts which want to. They are the greater multitudes at the base of the bottom of that hill of Zion that are in the greater Jerusalem. Those are the thoughts that are trying to be upgraded. They're the ones. They're parts of our personality that we're trying to perfect. That we're trying to get up that hill to meet with the congregation of the mighty. Right. So those are the afflicted and the needy and the fatherless. And so God defends those thoughts and does justice to them but it only happens when we ask. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. So all those parts of us that are always complaining about the foundations of the earth being out of course is because those are those thought forms that are walking in darkness and not understanding. So we are asking that God do justice to the afflicted and the needy within us, meaning re-educate us, meaning shine the light on those thoughts so that we walk out of darkness and so that the foundations of the earth become in course. So this is God speaking again. I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. Okay? This can be God speaking. It could also be our higher self speaking. It could be David speaking, which is indicative of our higher self, or the superconscious mind. Remember, the superconscious mind is our God self. So ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. So all of the time that we are feeling poor, needy, and afflicted, we have to remember, wait a minute, we're just dreaming this, because God just told us we are gods. We are the children of the Most High. We are children of divinity. Therefore, we are gods ourselves. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. So don't forget that in the mortal world, it's not the mortality of who we are that are godlike. Okay, it's the immortal part of ourselves that are like gods and the children of the Most High. It's our bodies, our circumstances, our homes, our structures, our businesses. Everything in the temporal world will die and fall like princes. Just because you're a prince doesn't mean in the mortal world that you're not going to die. In the mortal world, things are temporary, but gods are not. Gods are not temporary. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Again, this is a very interesting psalm, because we could be saying this to God: arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Or this is God telling us, remember when he said ye are gods, he's saying, so arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Right? Either way, it's the truth, because God's going to inherit all the nations because he made them. But he's also telling it, but why would God need an inheritance? Right? He's given us an inheritance, so he's telling us, he's calling us a God. He's calling us a child of God is a God. Now, if that doesn't make you feel a little bit better about yourself, then you need a little more time with this psalm, because listen to that. God's telling you who you are. God's telling you you're a God, and he's calling you a God, and he's telling you you're going to inherit everything, and so stop worrying about it. Isn't that awesome? So this is a great psalm for anybody that needs to get the priorities set. Where's our priority, the psalm says? It's on remembering who we are. We are God's. And so we need to start acting like it. All right, this has been great. I love working with you. I can't wait to work with you again. And that will be very, very soon. Much love. Many blessings.